Good morning. Peace and blessings. How are y'all doing? Well, we're still in I am the Moon Mama. Happy Wednesday. Well, we're still in the Pisces full moon energy. And that moon was so beautiful last night. It just rose up behind me and I could see it through my window. And the Pisces energy is a creative, spiritual, collective energy. Asking us to um, it's asking us to take responsible for how we contribute to the collective is what it is. Helping us understand that everything we do impacts everything. You know that saying where they're like a butterfly can flap its wings on one side of the world and create a storm all the way on the other side. Like we are that connected to one another, and that is what the Pisces energy is. And so it's asking us to see, what is it that you are bringing to this collective experience? How do your thoughts, actions, choices, ways of being inform and influence and connect to everyone around you? Pisces is the sign of the empath, the mystic, the shaman. And so it's about connecting, the earth realm to the heavens. One of the things that I do to participate or, activate that spiritual energy is I do ritual work. I do altar work, I do ancestral work on behalf of myself and behalf of everyone that I'm in service to, but also on behalf of those who are in the invisible realm. So behind me, this is my altar. And every morning I do a morning pull with the tarot cards. This is a crystal that represents my family and my lineage. It's a nice piece of amethyst. I really love it. Like, look at that. That's really beautiful. And this is a big block of selenite, and on it I hold all of my crystals to keep them charged and clean. This is my altar. This is my Tahuti altar, which I'll talk more about because today is actually a Mercury day, and Mercury is mythologically Tahuti. They're one and the same. And then these crystals, this is citrine. And citrine is the energy of communicating and prosperity. And so I have citrine there. And then a money tree and a fern and coffee, because that represents, what that deity really honors in its reality. So I put things there to support that. And then I just have various plants. And I'm noticing right now that this one is having a challenging time. So I'm going to have to give it some love. And then I have pictures of my mother and grandmother, things like that really just honor my spiritual practice. And that's what Pisces is. It really is your spiritual practice that influences the collective. And for me, my mission is to bring sacredness to secular living. And so this is how I actually do it and practice it. So today is a Mercury day, and Mercury is the deity mythologically that could ascend to heaven and consciousness. Heaven is not a place. Heaven is a place within your own consciousness. So if you could think your mind, if you think about your mind, you can think about in your mind, you can come into your imagination and see yourself on a beautiful beach or with people you love, having a good time, and that will influence your whole institution, your whole constitution. And then you can worry, you can move into doubt and fear and create hell right here, right now. And what that does, it brings your energy down, and you are driving a frequency with your thoughts. So Mercury is the way you communicate to the electromagnetic field that then generates and brings to you what it is that you are focusing your energy and attention on. It's important to recognize that we are mercurial at our core. Mercury is the planet that is closest to the sun, that moves the quickest. And Mercury is currently in Virgo at 24 degrees of Virgo right now. And Mercury in Virgo means that we have the ability to be more efficient. Our minds are working well. We are focusing on healing our bodies and healing patterns that we practice on a daily basis. So it's like your eating habits. One of the things I'm doing is I'm not eating sugar right now. I'm not drinking any alcohol. I'm drinking more water, not eating any processed foods. Why? So that I can literally align myself while the sun is in Virgo, Virgo is the constellation that governs our capacity to integrate life. It governs the lower intestine. So literally the Virgo energy we're the energy that shifts through shit, that says this works, this does not. This is good, this is not. This serves this purpose, this serves this purpose. This doesn't do this, this is what does do this. That is the energy of what's going on in your intestines, and that is what Virgo does. And Mercury is the faculty that allows that to happen, that allows us to communicate, that allows us to receive messages from the divine, that allows us to give messages to the divine. And the more we are aligned in truth and aligned in cosmic awareness, taking ourselves out of this Western way of thinking, which literally works against life. The Western ways of being, the Western competition, scarcity. One of the things that I'm so aware of with every commercial that I ever hear on television is like, something is wrong with you, so you should have that. You should have this in order to, spend this money and get this, and it'll help you. And it's important for us to understand that that we are influenceable by the messages, the music, the songs. All of that is absorbed into our psyche because we remember, whether we remember it in our minds, our conscious minds, but our subconscious mind remembers everything and it absorbs all things. So it's very important to pay attention to what you're listening to what's being taken into your psyche, because whatever comes in has to come back out. And as we are moving out of the age of Pisces and into the age of Aquarius, it is most significant that we begin to harness our individual unique energy so that we are where we are supposed to be in alignment with God. How I like to think of it for myself is that I am a puppet and there are invisible strings that are stringing me, from this body into one string goes into Mercury, one string goes into Venus, another string goes into Saturn, another string goes into Pluto, another into Neptune, another into the sun, another into the moon, another into Mercury, another into Uranus and Jupiter and all of that. And so all of those frequencies are being downloaded into us so that we can move through this earth plane and do and be what we're here to be. And the most important thing you can do is get yourself out of the way. Get your negative self-talk, your doubt, your fear, your worry out of the way so that you can hear the divine messages that are being given to you. And one of the ways you can do that easily is by pulling cards, because the universe will speak to you through your relationship to your tarot deck or your oracle cards. But the universe will also speak to you by sending birds. Like the other day when I was here, a hawk came, and that's a message. Hummingbirds, all types of, crickets and squirrels, all of those are messages from the universe. So the thing that's valuable is to realize that the universe is always attempting to speak to you and get your attention and support you on your journey. You are never alone. And so if you are struggling or feeling alone or feeling isolated or abandoned, that is because you are in a belief system, in a frequency that has you tapped into something that is out of alignment with where you're supposed to be. And when I say out of alignment, I just mean you're on the negative end of the spectrum, because this is all about a spectrum. There is no right or wrong. You can be wherever you choose to be. But if we are suffering or having pain, if it's suffering is because we're out of alignment. Pain is because we're growing sometimes. Sometimes growth is painful. And so as we are in this mercurial day, information coming in and information going out, and all of these transits that are really intense transits, the Venus in opposition to Saturn. Yesterday, the full moon came in a Venus hour, which is fantastic, but it was in opposition to Saturn. And I'm not saying that that's not fantastic, but it means that there's karma around the way we care for ourselves, the way we restore ourselves. And so it's looking at your patterns, how you take care of yourself. So for instance, I have a tendency in my Venetian energy to believe that someone is going to come to rescue me. It's like I've been waiting on a savior all my life. When they told me that Jesus Christ was coming, it's kind of the hardest thing for me to let go of, this idea that somebody's going to come and do all the heavy lifting. And so that's a karmic pattern for me. And it's for many of us because many of us were conditioned in this Christian illusionary way of thinking. And so when I am able to recognize that I am waiting on someone, I'll go, oh my God, who are you waiting on? What are you waiting for? And then I just tell myself, I'm waiting on myself. I'm waiting on the higher aspect of me, the divine within me, to move this energy. So, and then I come back home to myself, and I'm creating a new karmic pattern in doing that. So pay attention today to how you're feeling, the messages. Pay attention to your internal reality, your creativity. What's up for you there, and see and ask Spirit, is this in alignment with my purpose? Is this in alignment with the reason that I am here on this planet? What is it that I'm here to do? Who am I here to be? How am I here to serve? Because the sun is in Virgo, you really want to be paying attention. And understand that the service that you give to yourself by resting, taking naps, taking baths, drinking water, eating healthily is impacting everyone. You matter that much that everything you do, down to the foods you eat, are actually impacting everyone. We are all connected in every way. So with that, I am the Moon Mama. Please go register for the Mars retrograde class. Here's what I want to say about this Mars retrograde class. Mars is the planet that governs our will, our ability to embody the energy to do and be what we want. And if you are not living the life that you really want to live, that means that your will is being misused. And so you want to join this class so that you can begin to take your willpower back. Begin to see where you're misusing it, where you've misaligned it, how you have placed it in areas that really don't serve you, and take it back. I would love for 20 of you to register for that class today. I actually am giving thanks that, there are hundreds of you in this class, because this class is really going to be significant in helping you work with faith and redirecting your willpower through your body, because it's important to understand that your body is a channel for energy, especially for melanated beings, because we literally absorb the sun. If you are a melanated being, we literally absorb the sun, and the frequencies that we then send out build the external reality. That is how significant we are. That is why they went to Africa and bought Black people here, because we build realities just through our thoughts, through our feelings. And so you want to be able to take that energy back from ways that you're misusing it, so that you can then begin to reevaluate it and then project it out in a way that is in alignment with your divine will. So register for the Mars retrograde class so that you can begin to harness your power in ways that you desire to, and not have it harnessed and harvested from you in ways that actually don't serve you. Okay, you all. I pray that you have a beautiful day today, that your life is filled with the possibilities of power from the divine through this Piscean full moon energy, knowing that you are a creator in every way, and that everything is working for your good. Everything is working for your good. Peace and blessings. Have a beautiful day. Bye-bye.